Welcome to Action Coaching. We're certainly delighted that you've joined us on today because God has a special coaching word for you. Everyone needs a coach in life, and the coach's job is to push you so that the God-given potential that is in you will come out of you so that you can live your best life now. None of us make it on our own. All of us need someone along the way to coach us, to push us, to encourage us to continue to develop. Now, on this week on Action Coaching, I'm going to kind of dispel a truth that we've all been taught, but it's really not true. But so many people believe that, and of course, you know, the frustration is that you're trying to live up to that. You ever heard the expression that practice makes perfect? Yes, let me say that again, that practice makes perfect. Well, I got news for you. There's no such thing as perfect. Practice makes you better, but if you say it makes you perfect, where do you go after perfect? People fail to try things because I can't do it perfect. I want to do it perfect. Well, I would like for somebody to tell me the definition of perfect. Because if there's a definition of perfect, then the one time you do it perfect, you might as well quit because you will never be able to top perfect. But practice does make improvement. I like to say it this way, that I believe in life, everybody must have a spirit of excelling. Meaning you understand because you did it good this time, there is another level. That's why people in life love to accept a routine or accept things as they are because they feel like that's the easiest thing to do. You don't have to work hard to improve yourself or to excel. You just accept the way things are. And how in the world are you going to be as successful as you want to be if there's a limit that you placed on yourself? Just because you do something good, there is somebody that's doing it better. Now I've dealt in, I've had opportunity to be in environments where people felt like that they didn't have to excel. They just want to say, well, I sang the song all right, but yes, there is another level. Life is about excelling. Haven't you ever thought about the fact that God would not allow you to stay 1 or 2 or 5-year-old? Because every year brought new development, new changes, new things you had to exceed on. And then you have a lot of people frustrated about letting their creative gift come forth because, well, I don't feel like it's perfect. Well, I'm trying to understand, first of all, what is perfect? Just because, okay, if your definition of perfect is, I like it, I think I did good, then you can meet somebody else that's taking your good and blowing it all out the water and doing it 10 times better. Just when you thought you could sing, you can probably hear somebody standing on the corner and make you not want to lift another note as to how well they are doing it. The issue is that life is about excelling. It's about improving every single day. It's about reaching a whole nother level every single day. I believe firmly in excellence, but excellence is not perfection. Excellence is just simply saying, I want to excel every single day. I want to realize that because I did something good one time, there is another level. There is another level in life. How many of you have been sold on that myth that practice makes perfect? You don't even know what perfect is. You know, anybody ever identified perfect? You can identify that something is great, but that does not mean it's perfect. Have you went ever and saw a movie and you might say it's an all-time movie? Nothing will be as good as that movie. But then you turn around a few years later and something will make you forget the movie you just said, that nothing will be as good as that movie. The principle is that one have to practice excelling, even in your life, physically, mentally, whatever it is. You want to practice excelling every day. Getting better today than you were yesterday. Getting better tomorrow than you were today. That everything about yourself is excelling. And that's how you're going to achieve success in life. Quit selling out till I'm going to practice till it's perfect. No, you ain't going to get that. Now, I know people say they can be obsessed with getting it perfect. But bottom line, there's all excess with making it a more excellent way. And that's what God desires from us, to make it excellent. Now, why do we have a problem with that? Why are we so frustrated with that when we can't get it perfect? We can't get it perfect because you don't know what perfect is, but we can do it better. We can continue to excel. Isn't it amazing, all of the products that we enjoy today, that we think they're great, they're awesome, but behind the scenes, there are a whole lot of mistakes that happen even before they got that good. Now, this is a point I want to start off. The reason most people practice this myth is because they want to be excellent from the start. They want to be perfect from the start. But I'm here to tell you that you only get better after a whole lot of mistakes. A whole lot of things are going to come up that you didn't know. You're just not going to do it well from the start. You got to go through that process. There are mistakes you're going to make. It's after if that we make a mistake, which is going to be a part of the process, we just fail not to try anymore. See, that's a problem in our world. We see all of the things that we think that are great, and we don't advertise the things that were the failures before they got to where they were. That's why we love to hear stories of people that have failed and come back. People that have failed and overcome anyhow. Most of us don't like to deal with that part of failing. You know, there are things in life you don't know till you know. You think you got it figured out till you get into it. And of course, if you never experience it, you don't know till you know. And things will just happen. But the one thing, after every failure, you will learn that that's a process that I'm not going to do anymore. I remember there was a quote that said Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times. Well, I don't know if he failed, because on the 1,001 time he made the light bulb. So I guess he just learned 1,000 ways not to make the next light bulb. And so after all of that failure, he finally came up with the right light bulb. Now, nobody advertised him failing 1,000 times. They only talk about we got light. The issue is that practice makes you better. It helps you understand that there are more levels you can go. That's what we like to call excellence. That's what excellence does. Everything that seems successful has a whole lot of practice behind it. I used to say you'd have a choir in church. Now, practicing one time a week is not going to qualify you to make records. When you got people out there practicing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and their ability is so far ahead of what you think. Now, you can think going one time a week, that you're going to sound like you just stepped off of a record, but that ain't happening. Yes, you can improve, but still it's going to take a whole lot of work. So, as we say here today, understand God wants us to excel. Don't be fearful of excelling. So you made mistakes. It helps you learn to do better the next time. So it didn't work right. It helps you learn to do better next time. Now I don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you.
Tap somebody and say, I'm made for miracles. You know why God allowed things to happen to you? He want to teach you that there are about 5 people got it. He want to teach you that there are. So whatever the devil knock you back with, God said now's the time to show it. That he can't keep me there. Y'all ain't talking. Now is the time to let the devil know. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world.
I left off talking about how much time you got to put in any given thing. And even though everything is not perfected, when I use the term perfected, meaning that it's not as excellent as it can be, you still got to keep going till you learn. You can only learn from your mistakes. There's nobody that was successful that went through mistake-free. Now I know a lot of us think we can go through being mistake-free just because most of the time people spend time hiding the mess and glorifying, quote unquote, a product or a finished product. It's kind of like you ever heard somebody talk like, oh, I just did everything easy. No, they basically hiding the mess. I think in this world, we need to help people understand that life has got to be about excelling. Because one thing does not work, you move to the next. Somebody said, well, that didn't work either. You move to the next thing. Well, somebody said, well, when I'm going to achieve what's right for me? When you find out that those 3 things that you messed up, one, what you're supposed to do, but you finally arrived to the very thing you're supposed to do. But if you didn't have those 3 things messing up, then you would never be able to move to this point. So let's quit falling for the myth that practice make perfect. Doesn't happen. Practice helps you to improve. And the more you practice and the more time you put in, then of course, not only will you be able to see the improvement, but others will too. Even as we continue to work. Now, there are a lot of you out there that probably watching this coaching session, and you always get upset with something that ain't perfect. See, you got this own perfection in your own mind, and even your perfection might be something come up short. I've seen people that think they did good, and boy, they need a little more work. But in their own mind, they think they did good because they have no standard, no level of excellence that they are trying to achieve. I've seen people that maybe they get a divine idea. They want to get it on Monday. They want to talk about it on Tuesday. They want to have worldwide success on Wednesday. They want to have riches on Thursday. And then they want to relax on Friday and take a vacation. It ain't working like that. It is not going to happen because it takes a lot of practice, a lot of excelling to get to a level that you, I don't even want to say enjoy, because you got to improve every single day. If you're in your 20s, you got to improve. You're in your 30s, you got to improve. You're in your 40s, you got to improve. 60s, 70s, whatever. There is room for improvement. There is a way to learn how to do things better. Now let me close this out with one important point. Now, a lot of people get upset when maybe somebody that's a little better prepared for something than you are talk to you honestly. Tell you the flaws you have to work on. Tell you the things that you have to do to get better. Then a lot of people get upset. I mean, it's as if people's feelings are so soft that they don't want anybody to tell them the truth. Those of us that want to get better, we seek out the truth. Don't take it personally. We're seeking to get better, not seeking to stay where we are. If you want to be a person stuck at where you are, then don't listen to nobody. Don't talk to anybody that's better. And you'll be all right. You'll be right where you are. But if you want to improve, you want to exceed, you want to move further up the road, then there are times that you got to talk to people that's a little further up the road than you. But it's not an insulting thing. It's not a controlling thing. It's simply giving you advice as to how you can improve what you do. Time is when people think that someone talk to them, they're trying to change who they are. No, that's not the case. It's just simply trying to make you better or more of who you already are. You can only be who you are. I'm glad that as I was coming along, I didn't take offense at talking to people who had accomplished more than me, who were doing it better than me. I didn't get mad at what they said. I was wanting to excel too. So give me some tips on what I need to do. If they said I had to work harder, speak better, study more, or I just messed up that sermon, I didn't take it personally. I just took it as a charge to me that I can do better. So stop being so offensive. Some of us need to park our feelings in the garage. And we need to bring the quote unquote ourselves out of the garage and deal with the way things really are. Because God wants you to excel. You can excel. You can get better. You can become even better than a lot of people. But you will never reach excellence, because if you reach that perfection stage or that perfect stage, then you probably no longer exist. When you see people that achieve great things, they are still every single day excelling, putting it in action, trying to improve, trying to move higher, trying to do bigger and better things. A lot of people won't even put their first product out there because they're fearful that people are going to criticize it. Well, how are you going to know that you're getting better? Unless you subject it to the stress test, as I like to call it. Then maybe somebody will look at it and say, maybe you need to take that down. Well, don't get offensive. Just understand you can do better. Out of all of the great people we have, you have to understand they didn't get there because they got it right on their first time. They had to keep doing it over and over and over and over again. And as they did it over and over and over again, they began to improve. Look in our world. The minute that a disease come out that we don't understand, then everybody is skeptic of the disease. Oh, you said do this. Or you said do that. Or we tried this and this didn't work. You have to understand, if it's a new disease, they learning too. And as they continue to see what won't work, they make improvements in it. It's just like life. Sometimes you can start out on some things, but you get a little bit up the road and say, no, that won't work for me. I need to make an improvements, or I need to make an adjustment so that I can more perfect a new way of doing it. Not becoming perfect with it, but perfect the thing that I'm already working in. Excellence is what it's all about. And like I said earlier, if you want to be great, you can't be so sensitive. Everything is not a personal attack on you. You should seek out things that will make you grow and don't consider everything all about you. That every speech or everything that is said is directed to you. Just get yourself together. Practice excellence, and you can be assured that you are doing your very best. What do I define as excellence? It's when I know that I have done all I can do to present to the world or to individuals what I believe is my opportunity to present it. I do not go into it believing that that's all it is. It may be good at that particular time, but I have to get better. So understand, don't fall for that myth anymore that practice makes perfect. No, it makes improvement. I love to hear from you. I love to hear from you in a way that you let me know I understand now. I've been holding off on things because I wanted it perfect. We don't know what perfect is. But I tell you how you can find out how to make it better. Start from where you are and keep excelling and keep improving, because that is what it's all about. My first sermon was not as good as my last sermon, and my last sermon is not going to be as good as my next sermon. You just got to keep working and become better and better, and you will experience the level of success based on your practice. Well, I'll be right back to talk to you, and I don't want you to go anywhere.
Without commitment, you'll never start, but more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy. Keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on today. And I trust that you understand that it's all about excelling in life. If you ever reach perfection, then I suggest you just quit and drop on off and go somewhere else, because you got nothing else to do. But if you're striving for excellence, it'll make you get up each and every day, and you'll have that drive to want to get better, because there's more out there for you, and that's what life is all about. So I know that you are going to practice that. Well, we'd love to hear from you. Support us here at Action Coaching with a generous seed faith offering. If these lessons have been a blessing to you, then you ought to sow into them so we can help so many other people with these coaching sessions. Now I know in the short time that we don't have time to dive into everything in the detail. We just try to give you some tips on the things you need to put in place. But I certainly would encourage you to sit down and sow a generous seed faith offering for the support of Action Coaching. There's a link in my bio that will give you a host of ways to give unto Action Coaching. And I want to personally say thank you for your support of Action Coaching. Thank you for helping us continue to reach others. And I know God's richest blessings are going to be yours as a result of the seeds you sown on today. Well, the Lord bless you. I've certainly enjoyed talking to you. And as I do each and every week, I want to encourage you. Share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.